All right, everybody, how we doing? This is day 36, last day of school. Woohoo! Exciting. I'm a little sad by this. It's been a crazy year. My first year here at Summit View, which has been an awesome experience, a very unique experience towards the end. But I will definitely not forget every single one of you, being my first experience here at Summit View. So let's get started with day 26. Now this document is the same document as yesterday. It's in the Google Classroom, also on the Google Form. But let's go over and get started with this one. There are 4 different packages. So this whole thing is talking about the front office, all the secretaries, all their hard work that they put forth. Here's one thing they have to deal with: cash for class pictures. Well, there are 4 different package choices for class pictures. Now, we all have experienced this at some point or another. Figure out how much money the office should have for the pictures. So we have options A, B, C, D. Okay. The cost for each option is $12, $19, $26, and $39. I'm guessing option D, you get the most amount of pictures. These are the amount of students who purchased these packages. So for example, you have 23 students purchase the $12 package. You have 89 students who purchased the $19 package. So what we need to first find out, because what we're going to end up having to do is compare the amount of money spent on these different choices. So we're going to have to compare choice A to choice B. Which one's greater, which one's less? The total amount spent. So the total's over here. So we're going to ultimately need to do $12 times 23 students to find out how much total money they should have for the choice A pictures. And then you're going to also need to do $19 times 89 students. And for choice C, $26 times 51 students. And for choice D, we're going to need to do $39 times 29 students. So what I want you to do right now is go ahead and figure out those amounts by hitting the pause button now. Have you hit the pause button yet? Pause it and solve for each of those. Okay, so did you take the time to pause it? Better be working on it. If you didn't pause it, you better pause it by now. This is for your benefit here. Okay, so here are the solutions to each of them. Okay, we have, that's right. For option A, there should have been spent altogether $276. For option B, there should have been spent, they should have the total amount in the office for $1,691. That amount of money is what they should have for all the students who purchased choice A. For those who all 51 students who purchased choice C, there should be $1,326. And for all the students who chose D, there should be $1,131. So, if that's the case, our next thing we have to do, you're going to do this on your own. You can do it now by hitting the pause button, or you can do it at the end of the YouTube video. But the next thing you're going to do is you're going to compare. Okay? So on the Google Classroom, Google Form, that's problem number 1, problem number 2, problem number 3, problem number 4. Now we're going to come over here to these problems, which is 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You have to compare them. Okay? This is really easy comparing. For example, choice A versus B. Which one's greater than, which one's less than? Come on, that's easy. Compare 276 to 1,691. Piece of cake, right? All right. So you'll compare on the Google form for all of these choices. So you can hit the pause button now, which I would recommend doing, and do that now. So you have the answers for your Google form, or you could do it later. But I would hit the pause button now to give you a chance. Okay, so that should be some easy stuff right there for you to do. I mean, that's like, that might be second, third grade right there comparing. So I should have to see all five of those correct without a shadow of a doubt. So let's move on to the next portion, next section, which is field trip money monitoring. Man, a lot of money the secretaries have to deal with. Each of the students in second grade had to pay for their field trip to the zoo, their bus ride, and their snacks at the zoo. Find the total amount of money spent on the trip using the information below. So the first thing I want to do is I want to find out the cost per student. How much did it cost for each and every student? All right. So that's going to be adding up the zoo cost, the bus ride, and the snack. And then coming up with a total dollar amount. All right. Go ahead and do that now. I'm not going to tell the answer though. That's so easy. Okay, so you have this total here, right? Well, for the next question, they want to know how much was spent for all students. So there were 67 students, right? So you're going to take 67 students times the amount it costs for each student to find out what the total is. So I would go ahead and do that now. Come up with an answer and then submit it on your Google Classroom. Now remember, when you submit it on Google Classroom, I'm sorry, Google Form, not Google Classroom. Well, you have to go to Google Classroom anyways. The answers, ultimately, you'll find out when you hit submit, you'll get the results. So you'll find out if this was correct and this was correct and those 5 other ones over there were correct. And hopefully identify your mistake on your own. So make sure you check those results, because there's nothing worse than thinking you're right and finding out you're wrong. Okay? So here we go. To go ahead and do that, I'm going to hit the pause button. Give you time to do that. I hope you hit the pause button. And then I'm going to move on to the next problem. Okay, so this is a fun one. Copy machine competition. So the teachers in your school have a competition to see who can spend the least on copies in a month. They are competing by grade level. Fill in the chart below and highlight the grade level who used the least and circle the grade level who used the most. Okay? So, ultimately, we need to fill in these boxes here, right? Now this says circle and highlight, but on the Google form, there's actually questions asking these specific questions, okay? As far as fill in the chart below and highlight the graded levels. So this would be question 1 in this section, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5, question 6 in this section, okay? So for the first grade, pages used per class, I'm showing you need to divide. This number divided by that number will give you pages used per class. Okay? For total pages, you're going to multiply 673 pages per class times 3 classes. We'll find out how many total pages. And you do the same thing for 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade. When you get to 6th grade, you'll be finding out pages per class again. So total pages divided by the number of classes will tell you how many pages per class. So another division problem. All right, so you're going to do all of these on your own, come up with these solutions, okay? And then plug them in on the Google form. Next, it does mention highlight the grade level who used the least. Well, there's an actual question on there that says which grade level used the least. So you're going to tell me the grade level that used the least. And then there's a question that asks who used blah, 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 the grade level who used the, circle the grade level who used the most. So you'll actually answer the question, which grade level used the most. Okay? So that's going to be question 7 and 8. And then we have two other questions, all right, which will be 9 and then 10A and 10B. So question 9 says write the 5th grade total in expanded form. The 5th grade total in expanded form. So you're going to take whatever you get here as your answer, okay, and write it in expanded form. You know that where you do something plus something plus something if you're dealing with a 3-digit number, like 300 plus 50 plus 2 would give you 352. So you're going to write whatever you get here in expanded form. And the way you want to type it in the Google form is write the number, plus sign, number, plus sign, number. Okay? So I'm not going to give you the answer for that one either. You have to actually go ahead and solve that one. But once again, you'll see the results on the Google form. Last but not least, we have question 10 in this section, part A and part B. So, part A, round 4th grade's total to the nearest 1,000. So whatever you get for a 4th grade's total, all right, you're going to round that number to the nearest thousands place. Then for part B, you'll take that same number and round it to the nearest tens place and come up with your solution. So that's it. That's what you got to do for today. Okay. So like I said earlier, it has truly been a pleasure working with every single one of you. Especially, I'm very, very much grateful for all of your parents and all the effort that they put forth helping you be successful this 4th quarter. You know, if it wasn't for them, you would not be as successful. Hate to say it, but they have been a huge help for you. You might think you're being independent, which you are, but they're helping to make sure you're successful in this year, at the end of this year, okay? So once again, I'm very, very, very sad to see the year come to an end, even like this. But please don't hesitate to stop by, see me, visit. If you have questions, feel free to email me over the summer. I'm here to help, even beyond 5th grade. You know, if you ever have questions, concerns, please let me know. I'm here to help. So, and I expect when you guys all become famous and successful to get phone calls from you all inviting me for lunch and dinner outings. Okay. So have a great summer, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye.